What do biologists post on Instagram? Selfies! Oh, anyways, moving on. This is The Cell Cycle by Joanna and Camilla. The cell cycle consists of two parts. Part 1 is the interphase, which contains the G1, G0, S, and G2 phase. Part 2 is the M phase, which consists of all the parts of mitosis and cytokinesis. The G1 phase is the first and usually the longest part of the interphase. In this phase, the cell will begin to grow much bigger. It synthesizes new proteins and organelles in order to prepare for DNA replication. In this diagram, you can see how the proteins increase from before and after. Here, you can also see how the number of organelles increase after going through this phase. In the G0 phase, cells are not actively trying to prepare for or divide, so it's called a resting phase. Here, cells can either rest or still perform their cellular functions. A good example of this are neurons or heart cells.
The second phase of the cell cycle is the S phase. Here, the cell synthesizes, hence the S, double the amount of original chromosomes and centrioles. In S phase, DNA replication takes place in the nucleus, so within the nuclear membrane or envelope. Originally, the chromosomes are a single strand, or chromatid, and when they duplicate, they become two sister chromatids attached at a single centromere. Chromosomes are counted by centromeres, which is why the number of chromosomes doesn't change after duplication. Although centrioles are duplicated here as well, they're unimportant until mitosis.
In the G2 phase, the cell will continue to create the final organelles and molecules required for cell division. Once this is completed, they will then enter the M phase.
M phase is the last phase of the cell cycle. M stands for mitosis, the division of cells, and it consists of 4 phases. The first and longest stage of mitosis is prophase. First, DNA is tightly packed or condensed into chromosomes. Next, the centrioles split up and head towards opposite poles. Afterwards, spindle fibers begin to form and the nuclear membrane disappears. In metaphase, the second stage of mitosis, the chromosomes line up in the middle of the cell by the centromeres and the spindle fibers attached to each side. This is the shortest phase of mitosis. In anaphase, the chromosomes are being split and pulled apart by the spindle fibers. Specifically, each sister chromatid goes in the direction of the opposite poles. In telophase, the spindle fibers disappear. 2 nuclear envelopes form, the chromosome begins to uncoil, and 2 nuclei become visible. The cells are still attached at the cytoplasm. Lastly, cytokinesis. Sometimes this happens at the same time as telophase. This is the splitting of the cell. This happens through the pinching of the cytoplasm, beginning in the cleavage furrow.